Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Tuesday, the 9th of March 2021. We're going to start off with a little bit more on a story that I brought you yesterday from Steve Kavanagh's statement about they're looking to take legal action against the insurance firm that don't want to pay out. Because as we all know, insurance firms love not paying out. And here we go. This is from standard.co.uk. It's the Evening Standard website. It says Millwall and QPR among Football League clubs launching insurance claim against broker. And it says around 10 clubs across the EFL claim that they were left without cover by broker Bluefin Sport. And what we've got here says a group of Football League clubs, including Millwall and QPR, are considering legal action against their former insurance broker for unpaid business interruption cover relating to the COVID-19 pandemic, claiming they are facing multiple £1 million losses. Around 10 clubs across the EFL claim they were left without cover by broker Bluefin Sport, who allegedly offer better worded business interruption policies to the majority of their clients in the Premier League and EFL, but failed to do the same for the impacted clubs. As a result, those clubs have lost millions during the shutdown, with fans having been locked out of grounds since the leagues restarted in June. The number of professional clubs in English football whose insurance policies have not paid out is unknown, leading to the possibility that more could seek to challenge their brokers in future. Amrit Johal, a solicitor at West End law firm Portner, who is leading the club's case, said, "There is a case of professional negligence against the broker in the opinion of my clients, which may need to be determined by the courts, unless the parties can reach a settlement. The losses for the clubs involved will run into the millions. The claims are very similar to the banking mis-selling cases of swaps of some years ago. It will be a similar bumpy ride for brokers. Some difficult conversations will be taking place between brokers and their clients." A spokesman for Bluefin Sport said Bluefin Sport will vigorously defend against any such legal proceedings. A spokesman for Millwall said, "We confirm that we are in dispute with our previous insurance broker over business interruption cover, and we have engaged lawyers to review what has happened." QPR declined to comment, while it is believed at least one other EFL club in the capital is involved in the claim. So there you go. Now here's the thing. Are the policies the same? If they're the same but they're worded differently, then you got a case. But if they're not the same and they're worded differently, then surely it would be one policy is not the same as the other, so the words will not be the same. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so that's so they've, but it doesn't look good when you got the company saying they will vigorously defend against legal proceedings. Sounds like they're in for a battle, but if you've got 10 clubs going at you, could be something in it. Okay. Moving on now, some sad news that came out is former Millwall player Micky Brown passed away. This is before my time, but it was part of a pretty decent side back in the day, in the 60s, swinging 60s, and we'll read it now. This is missmillfc.co.uk. It says Millwall Football Club is saddened to hear of the passing of former player Mick Brown, aged 76. Mick began his senior career as an apprentice with Fulham before signing as a professional in September 1961, and would make his debut soon after as a 17-year-old against Sheffield Wednesday. His 4-year spell at Craven Cottage ended when Billy Gray signed him for Millwall in February 1965 to supplement the attack for a promotion spot. A speedy, willing and direct inside forward, Mick could be a handful when in the mood. Making his debut in a 1-1 draw at Crewe Alexandra at the beginning of March, he followed this up a week later with his own goal that season in a 4-0 drubbing of Newport County at the Den. His involvement the following season was more evident, with the Lions pushing for a second successive promotion by scoring vital goals in 1-0 wins over Swindon Town and Brentford. Following Mill's rise to the second division, Mick's presence in the first team lessened, and his last match finished like his first, a 1-1 draw at Cardiff City. In the summer of 1967, he joined Luton Town, but his stay at Kenilworth Road lasted just 15 months before moving to Colchester United in October 1968. Mick's league appearances mirrored those of his time at Coldblow Lane, 47 starts, 5 sub-appearances, but he registered 1 more goal, 12 in all, at Layer Road. After leaving Colchester, Mick dropped down into non-league football and would serve the likes of Wildston, Maidstone United, Tunbridge and Hillingdon Borough before retiring in Spain. The thoughts of everyone at Millwall were with the family and friends of Mick at this sad time. So like I said, this was before my time. So I've just had a little look. Gone to the Wikipedia page of Micky Brown. So yeah, you can see there. He pretty decent striker. Not super prolific, but better than what we've got in the team now, Bodvarsson and whatnot. You can see in non-league football he was absolutely outstanding. So it kind of yeah. This is basically what we've just read, but just I think this is where they got the information from. But moving on now to, so this is millwallhistory.org.uk. This is a fantastic website run by a Millwall fan. It's packed full of Millwall history, and you can see when Micky Brown signed for Millwall is in this season here, and we were in the 4th division. We got promoted to the 3rd. We finished 2nd, and the following year we got promoted again, promoted to the 2nd division, and we were in the 2nd division for a pretty long time. So but it's basically the league we're in now. 2nd division is the championship of his day, and we had a pretty decent spell in that league, a number of seasons in a row, finishing 3rd. Just missing out on promotion in 1971-1972, but and that all got kicked off with back-to-back promotions from the 4th division, which is the League 2 of its day, and Micky Brown was part of that team that did that. And to draw parallels with players that you might know have seen play, probably Richard Sadlier. So you had Neil Harris, you had Paul Moody, then you had the lesser striker, not in terms of ability but in terms of productivity. That would be Richard Sadlier. Or to people even younger, he would be similar to, I would say, like Aidan O'Brien, where you've got Lee Gregory and Steve Morrison as the main strikers, and then you've got the 3rd striker of Aidan O'Brien. And I think that's the kind of player. Like I said, I don't know much about him. I didn't see him play, but he seems to be that kind of 3rd, like a striker involved in the team. And he was involved in back-to-back promotions that got the club into a pretty decent stretch of prosperity in the late 60s, early 70s, finishing 3rd in 1971-1972, which if they would have finished 2nd, they would have been in the top league, playing against players like Graham Souness, I think, in that year. like the Liverpool. I think Liverpool were rampant at that time. Leeds, when they were good with Brian Clough, that kind of thing. And we were just one place away from doing that. So there you go. That was Micky Brown there. Passed away recently. Just announced today on millwallfc.co.uk. And I'm going to finish now with this. Moving forward to the future, looking ahead to the future. New season to begin on 7th of August. So that's next season. 21-22 season. That's going to be on the 7th of August. Let's have a read of this. This is the EFL confirmed the key dates across the league and its competitions for the 21-22 campaign, with the season set to get underway across the Championship, League 1 and League 2 on the weekend of 7th of August 2021. The Sky Bet EFL playoffs will once again be staged at Wembley Stadium and conclude the season across 2 weekends in May. The League 1 final will start proceedings on Saturday the 21st of May 2022 before League 2, and the Championships take centre stage the following weekend on 28th of May and 29th of May 2022 respectively. Details regarding the fixture release day will be announced in due course. And you can see here they've got the Carabao Cup round 1 will be after the midweek after that opening weekend. The Carabao Cup final, We Can Only Dream, 27th February 2022. Write that down in your diaries, and then as soon as we lose in the first round, scribble it out, or maybe write it down in pencil and then you can rub it out later. So the final day of the Championship season, which we should be in, unless something goes horribly wrong, will be the 7th, 8th of May, or the 8th of May, I think. Yeah, the 8th of May for us on the 2022. So if you're thinking of booking holidays, I've noticed a few adverts trying to advertise for adverts for holidays for next summer. So that would be 2022. So just keep an eye on that. And as I've said, Championship playoff final 29th of May 2022. So there you go. But we still don't know who's going to be when the fixtures are going to be coming out, because we still don't know if we still don't know about crowds and all that stuff, that kind of thing. And to be honest with you, to be brutally honest with you, we don't even know which clubs will be surviving, because like you saw with the earlier story, clubs ain't being paid out by the insurance. Could be a few clubs in some trouble there. Could be a few clubs going bust, because not every club is a decent owner like us, John Berylson, or decent fans who have been putting in the money to watch the team on iFollow. Or they don't even have enough fans to make up for it. We do. We've got a pretty large fan base who know what they're doing. We're quite savvy in terms of media and forums and stuff. There's a lot of old people, even old Millwall fans, that are on their laptops. They know how to get on the internet and stuff. Or they've got kids and grandkids who can help them out. Very family orientated fans at Millwall FC fans, as I'm sure a lot of you know. So we don't even know how many teams might be playing in next season. It could be a bloodbath. There are a lot of teams in Conference South level. Conference is still going on, but there are teams in the conference. Yeah, there are teams in the conference who have basically given up. Dover, I told you about Dover. There are other teams who have just frozen everything because they put their players and staff on furlough because they can't afford it, because they're not getting the money in. They're not getting the iFollow money from anyone. Their iFollow is, you can imagine how many fans go to non-league and who would be willing to pay that. The whole idea of non-league is not the quality of the football, it's the social atmosphere around it, and that's not, you're not getting that through the screen. And you could say it's like that at Millwall as well, but the social atmosphere around Millwall has been under attack for a long time, and that's been diminished and dispersed by the authorities. Like all the pubs around, the ground was shut down. The Barnaby, the other one that changed its name loads, that was in the houses along the way. The Golden Lion was shut down. They were shutting down on pubs anyway, so everything kind of moved out to London Bridge, or people were just drinking where they lived, like in Dartford or places like that, and then get the train into London Bridge and then come down to the club, that kind of thing. So the social atmosphere around Millwall has kind of been broken up anyway, so it wasn't that strong. And it's not unified, it's quite disparate. So that's that. So there will be fans coming back at the end of May, which the government decided to announce that, and it's pretty convenient that is after our season has ended, so the clubs can't even make money from games this season, because they've announced that limited crowds can only come back from I think it was the 29th of May 2021. So the clubs won't be able to make any money from that. Although I told you yesterday about the teams in Fisher's League are well up for having like a little cup competition in June just to make some money. And then will Millwall be doing that? I don't know. Maybe they could. Maybe they could do like a little, they have these pre-season tournaments at things like the Arsenal Cup, that kind of thing, where they have like they have 2 games on one day. But that probably won't be feasible. They could have like a free team cup competition where you get, I don't know, Millwall playing. I doubt if Crystal Palace would be interested, but another London club, maybe Leyton Orient, or maybe Ebbsfleet or Dartford or Welling, or maybe even Dulwich Hamlet. I mean, it's just for the money and the support, you could have something like Palace playing Dartford, Millwall playing Dulwich Hamlet, and then the winners play each other, the losers play each other, that kind of thing, like a little round robin tournament. But who knows? That's it from me. I'm going to shut up now. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Peace.